Israel and Iran trading missile and airstrikes Thursday, hitting targets in Tel Aviv and other cities. Rescue workers searching the area of Ramat Gan, a town just outside of Tel Aviv, after the overnight attack. Let's get right to international correspondent Trent Murray, live for us in Tel Aviv. And Trent, what is the latest on the ground from those missile attacks?
Good morning, Holly. Well, it was just after 7 a.m. that those air raid sirens started sounding and those missiles arrived. We're being told by the Israeli Defense Force around 30 of them arrived in one large major barrage. Now, we are seeing a number of impacts here in Tel Aviv, as you mentioned. Search and rescue crews working through the sites there, looking at apartment blocks as well as several office buildings which were struck. But we are also tracking a significant strike in the south of the country, in the city of Beersheba. Now, Israel's biggest hospital in the south of the country took a direct hit. We are seeing scenes there once again of significant destruction and patients being evacuated. We know that, according to the hospital itself, it was only yesterday that they evacuated the surgical wing of the hospital where the missile hit. They are saying that decision to evacuate because of the war has likely saved many, many lives. The hospital's ER is now closed and it's not functioning given the building took such significant damage. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has described this as a war crime and has said that Israel is going to step up its attacks on Iran's military in response.
And Trent, how is Iran responding to the prospect of U.S. involvement as President Trump decides what he wants to do? What are we hearing from Iran?
Well, Iran is effectively sending a big warning to the White House not to get involved. It's doing that online and through a number of interviews. We heard from Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister speaking to CNN overnight, who said that he had a message for America not to get involved militarily, because if they do, we will have no choice but to retaliate wherever we find the necessary targets. Now, that there is a slight nod, I think, at the fact that, of course, this region has got around 40,000 US soldiers stationed in places like Qatar and Bahrain. And one of the big decisions we understand that the president will have to make is whether they will be exposed to any sorts of Iranian retaliation if indeed the US Air Force gets involved with the Israelis in this operation. The Iranians seemingly they're hinting at it, that US soldiers could come at risk. And so I think what we're seeing really from both sides, but particularly the Iranians, is an escalation here in the sort of rhetoric that we are seeing as this war now enters day 7 going into day 8. And both sides, Israel, Iran, showing no signs of backing down. Holly.
International correspondent Trent Murray, live for us in Tel Aviv. Thank you, Trent.